Welcome back to Conversation to Close. This is Sean. And another question that I get a lot from my community, Sean, how do I estimate rehab? And I want to touch on this because I'm noticing something that happens a lot, especially with new people. And that's analysis paralysis. They think, oh, I don't know if my estimate rehab is right, or I don't know if my AHAB or my ARV is right. So I'm not going to move forward until I know exactly what that is. Stop doing that. Because here's the thing, while it is very important for you to have your rehab estimate and your ARV estimate accurate, they are exactly that, estimates. And I'm going to be honest with you. Most buyers, they're going to run their numbers their own way anyway. That's 100% a factual statement. Every buyer, whether incorrect or not, are going to run numbers their way because that's their business. So you can come up with an estimate and you think that it's 100% perfect, ready to go. They'll look at the photos, they'll look at the property, they'll do their walkthrough, and they'll be like, yeah, you're completely wrong. The estimate is this, this, and this. And here's why. Every buyer is going to rehab the property differently. There are some buyers, some investors, who are going to rehab the property and they're going to put the cheapest stuff that they can in there to try and get the most amount of money. There are some buyers who are going to put top of the line, most modern, everything shiny, polished, perfect, just because that's their personality. I have a couple of buyers like that. Yeah, they want to make money, and they're going to make money, but they're really trying to make a statement with how they rehab the property. Then there are people who they're not even going to fix and flip it at all. They're going to do a buy and hold. And let me tell you the thing with a buy and hold. An investor who's going to buy a rental property is not going to put top of the line materials in that property. And the reason for that is basically common sense. It doesn't matter how good of a tenant you have, the stuff that you put in there when that tenant moves out, it's going to have to be replaced. It's going to get broken. It's going to get damaged. It's going to get worn. Normal wear and tear just from living in there. So you're not going to put $60, $70 a square foot worth of material in a house that you know in a few years you're probably just going to have to do it again. You're going to make it nice, but you're going to make it cost effective as well. So remember, it's just an estimate. Yes, you want to get good at it, you want to get accurate, but you're not going to come up with the same thing that everyone else comes up with every time because people look at rehab estimate differently. Me personally, I piece it out. Okay, a kitchen's going to cost $7,000 to $10,000 in this property. A bathroom's going to cost $3,000 to $5,000. If I'm going to put an LVP floor, then it's going to be about $5.50 a square foot. If I'm going to put carpet, it's going to be about $2.80 a square foot. It's going to cost me about $5,000 to paint this place. I do it that way because to me, every house is unique. Not every 1,500 square foot house is going to be damaged exactly the same to where they're both going to cost $40 a square foot, in my opinion. But not everyone shares my opinion. So I actually did break this down for you guys. If you want to pause it and take a screenshot, I'll give you guys chances to do that. And then at some point, I'll have a link to this just in the comments below. I'll have it pinned. So piggybacking off of what I was saying earlier, it's going to be different between a fix and flip rehab and a buy and hold rehab. All right. Fix and flip, they're trying to get whatever you said the ARV was. If the ARV is $300,000, they're going to put whatever they need to put in the house to get that $300,000 or more. So they're going to spend more money. Again, on a rental, they're not going to spend as much. They're going to make it nice, but they're not going to spend as much because the idea is whenever that tenant moves out, they're going to have to replace it all anyway. So for a light rehab, minor cosmetic updates such as painting, some drywall holes, nail holes, things like that for pictures, even a punch in the wall, whatever. And updating fixtures is going to cost you on a fix and flip about $10 to $20 a square foot. On a rental, about $10 to $15 a square foot. Moderate rehabs, updating and including the floors, modernizing the kitchen, the bathrooms, and bigger updates other than just the light fixtures and the plug fixtures. That's going to run you about $30 to $50 on a fix and flip and about $20 to $30 on a rental. A heavy rehab, Extensive repairs, including structural work. Sean, what's structural work? The roof is messed up. The foundation is messed up. That's structural work. You walk up to the house, you see a picture of it, and it looks like it's kind of tilting to the left a little bit. And you're like, that's not right. Chances are structural work. For a fix and flip, $60 to $100 a square foot. For a rental, $40 to $60 a square foot. You're starting to see the difference of how much it costs for a rental versus how much it costs for a fix and flip. And again, a fix and flip, you're chasing that ARV. You're telling that buyer, that investor, hey, if you put money into this house, you can get this number for it. This is what it'll be worth after it's repaired. They want that. So if they need to put $100 in a square foot to get that, as long as it makes sense, they're going to do it. On a rental, not as much. Sean, is this by region? It's usually not. I focus my marketing nationwide because my team, we do nationwide, but I broke it down because not everyone does nationwide. So for a light rehab, it's going to cost you $20 to $30 a square foot. For a moderate rehab, it's going to cost you $40 to $60 a square foot. And for a heavy rehab, it's going to cost you $70 to $120 a square foot if you're in the Northeast. And if you think about it, it makes sense. Depending on where you live, materials and labor costs are going to be very different. So make sure you know where you're marketing, where you're planning on wholesaling and selling these deals, and then you need to adjust accordingly when you're doing your rehab estimate. Midwest, $15 to $25 for a light rehab. Same for the South. $30 to $35 to $50 for a moderate, and $60 to $100 for a heavy rehab. And that seems just about the same. Looks like it's $5 to $10 more for the South when it comes to moderate and heavy rehabs. And then in the West, $20 to $35 for a light rehab, $40 to $45 to $65 for a moderate, and $80 to $130 per square foot in a place like Cali, which, if you think about it, makes sense. And to take it one step further, I went ahead and broke it down by state. For now, again, you guys can pause it, take a picture, look at your state, write it down, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do. And then here is the rest in case you're in some of these states. And again, these are estimates. They're pretty good estimates. I pulled it from all of 2024 going into 2025. So as long as there's no catastrophic supply chain issue, labor cost issue, or anything else that pops up, this should hold good for at least the next 6 months to a year. And as it changes, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll post another video. So key takeaways from this. Remember, it's just an estimate. Do not let analysis paralysis stop you from moving forward to the next step, which is getting on the phone and presenting your offer to the seller. I get the exact same thing with ARV. Sean, what's your ARV formula? Mine, for me and my team, 60 to 65% of ARV minus rehab estimate minus at least a $10,000 assignment fee. That's the formula that we use. That's the formula that we are successful with. I know there's a lot of people doing 70%, 75%. I'll tell you when we do 70 or 75%. I will only do 70 to 75% if the property was just recently rehabbed by someone that does rehabs. I mean, they're a fix and flipper. They're trying to sell it, and they're willing to make me a deal. They got a good deal, and they're willing to make me a deal. I'll give them 75% ARV all day long because the house is already flipped. So that means I can sell it to a fix and flip. I mean, I can sell it to a buy and hold all day long. I can sell it to a homestead buyer all day long. If you have any other questions, drop them below. This is Sean with Conversation to Close. I hope that helped. Have a great rest of your day.